and welcome to another teacher talk session tonight. And tonight we are having another educator from different part of the world. And as you know that we are having different educators, and tonight we are having an associate professor in Moscow Aviation Institute, National Research University, and Goyushova Leyla Mazakhirovna. When she comes, we are going to start live session with her. I think she has got a kind of a technical problem. I don't know. Yes, she's here. Yes, I have accepted her again. Okay, now I accept mine. Yes, you are here now. Hello?
Finally.
Yes, finally. Okay,
Hello.
Leyla, can you see
Sorry,
me
some
and hear?
technical issues.
It's okay. It's okay. No problem. It's okay. This things can happen. Not a problem.
Yeah.
So yes, it's great to see you and hear you. And so before
Thank you very
starting in our live sessions, I would like to say thank you very much for accepting my invitation for Teacher Talks and being with us here tonight for our 204th session, Leyla.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. You are doing a great job, you know. So the community, teacher talks, teachers should talk, and you are giving this opportunity. That's great, really. Thank you. I'm honored to be here.
Thank you very much. And I know that you are busy. We are all busy as an educator, so I think we can start. Can we?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm terribly sorry for these technical issues. You know, we have to use VPN here, and that's why some problems can be caused by
That's
that.
great. Not a problem. Not a problem. That's okay. We can see you clearly and hear you clearly. Great. Okay, so I know about you, Leila, but maybe our audiences would like to know about you. So can you tell us about yourself, please, and a bit about your experiences too?
Yeah, sure. So thank you to everybody who has joined our live and who will watch it. So my name is Leyla Goyushova. Originally, I'm Azerbaijani, but actually I live, and I was born in Russia, and I live in Russia, but I come from an Azerbaijani family. So I am a tutor. I'm an associate professor at Moscow Aviation Institute. I've been teaching for more than 16 years now. I have PhD in comparative linguistics, and I'm going to get in, less than at the end of June, I'm going to get, I hope, inshallah, I'm going to get master's degree in psychology. So I'm doing
Great.
my master degree course. So I have experience working with different ages because I started as a teacher of English in a language school. And the youngest student was 3.5 years old. So I started
That's
with the
nice.
kids. Yeah, really great experience. I also have experience teaching teenagers and students, and now I also teach CEOs. I have been teaching some corporate clients, like in companies like Moscow Brewing Company and so on and so forth. So, and now my focus is on students and university students and adults.
I see.
But the experience shows that it doesn't matter how old you are, the difficulties can be the same, you know. So that's why the psychological part of this, teaching process is important. That's why we all are humans and we shouldn't forget about it.
Exactly. Exactly. I agree with you. Thank you. Thank you very much sharing your experiences with us here, Leila. So, Leila, my next question again about you, about your education, actually. What was, actually, we all have, some turning points in our life, or points. So, what was or were your turning point or points in your own education?
That's a good question. Thank you. I have several of them because thanks to my parents, they are always supportive and they have always supported and encouraged me to study. And I know that it was a hard work, especially for people who moved from one country to another. But I'm still trying to do my best. The turning point for me was I graduated from university I had diploma with honors. So, and after that, I decided to continue my education and did postgraduate course in comparative linguistics, which was really challenging, really difficult. This PhD journey of mine was, tiring and difficult, but it is worth of it because now I'm working at university. This was the first turning point, and the second one was after my second child was born, I decided that my maternity leave shouldn't be very passive, and I decided to apply and continue with my studies and do master degree course. So now my son is about 3 years old, and I'm finishing this journey.
Very nice. Very nice.
Lifelong learning, So, and this studying psychology has always been my dream, and I'm happy, and I'm sure that every parent, every person, and every teacher, actually everybody, should know some basic things about our psychology. So, of course, it really helps. It really helps, yeah.
Yeah, that's important point you mentioned here about psychology. We all should aware of the psychology of ourselves and psychology of other people, especially our students. We need to aware of that. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Leyla. And you've been teaching for a long time, and you just mentioned it's like almost 16 years or maybe more than, I don't know. You mentioned it, and in this years, probably you tried different methodologies, different techniques, and different strategies in your lessons, and you use them, or you try to teach these strategies to other teachers, maybe in your career. So, and probably you have a philosophy of teaching. So, what is it? What is your philosophy of teaching?
Yeah, I think
question.
Yeah, it is because all philosophical questions are, challenging and tricky. But anyway, they are important to focus on because, my philosophy of teaching is first supporting a person who is studying a language, because this person is brave. Starting something new hurts, and we can feel insecure. We can feel, sometimes even stupid. Why? Because we are learning another language, and our image of a professional, of an expert, is ruined because we talk slowly with mistakes and so on. And the same happens to everybody. Sometimes we get irritated. It's not only about learning a language, it's about starting anything new. So it is difficult. Just compare it with a child starting to work. So the same. But as our famous Russian psychologist Lev Semyonovich Vygotsky said, that every crisis guides us to the next level, more advanced level, and this is true. So without these difficulties, we can't improve. And my philosophy is to be the navigator for a student, for a client, for a learner, who shows the the way to getting these skills, obtaining these skills. We should encourage, we should support, and we should guide. Especially if it is the beginning. So at this level, people need the supportive community. And it is so difficult when they do not have it. And I think that we all do have examples when we hated a subject because we didn't like the approach of the teacher. So, and some people say, I hate chemistry. Why? because so the teacher wasn't supportive. The personality just is important. It's not only about being a teacher, being a psychologist, a doctor. We all choose the profession who we trust, who we believe, and who, gives the image, creates the image of an expert. And we understand that we are safe here. Just remember this Maslow's pyramid, the
Exactly.
basic
Yeah,
need.
sure.
Yeah, the basic
Yes, you're
need
right.
is to feel secure, to feel safe. And our, teachers' main job is to create this safe environment.
Environment, exactly.
Yeah.
That's important. Thank you. Thank you very much, Leila, to share psychology and your ideas about it. And philosophy, sorry. And my next question is again about you. You know that we, as an educators, we all have different stories in our life. Sometimes we have bad stories, sometimes we have good stories. And of course, we have failed ones and the good ones. Or success ones, let's say. Can you tell us one or maybe two success stories of yours, especially something inspirational for all of us about you?
About me as a teacher, the success story of my student or the success
No, no,
story
no.
of
About
myself.
success stories, about you or your students, it's not a problem.
Mm-hmm.
It depends
Uh,
on you. You can talk
uh,
about your success stories, something inspirational, or you can talk about your students' success stories,
okay,
something
I will
inspirational.
connect them actually. Why?
All right.
Just today I have discussed it with a friend of mine that our work is really amazing. We have so much opportunities, and what we
Yes.
do is really, we are blessed to be teachers. Why? Because there are some students of mine who told me that I inspired them to become teachers of English. So, and when I hear it, it is, you understand that your life isn't for vain. You live for something. There is a reason in it. I think that we as teachers, we can sometimes we are the only people who support, because
Exactly.
there are students from different backgrounds, and some people come from very difficult families. They are stressed, especially people who are taking exams, and they feel that they must do it. They feel stressed. They feel, overwhelmed by this
Oh well.
information. Yeah, but anyway, when they just go through these difficulties, and then they just text you that thank you, you helped me. This gives us a great reward, And I have students who are now teaching kids who are now my colleagues actually, and this is great. As for some more success stories, maybe just passing exams. We also have state exams here, but I think that every teacher has such stories. So the unique ones, just having this, relationship. I have, for example, when I was working for a corporate, as a corporate teacher in a company, I taught managers of the company English, and then they texted me and asked to teach their children. And then I taught their youngest children. So it was like, I have known them for several years, and I think that it really shows us that, we are boosting our self-esteem. And we understand that we can help people. And that's great. I think that my success stories are connected with that. But of course, I'm trying hard to get these qualifications, to not only just for getting these certificates, but to know the skills
Yes.
and to be useful to be helpful to my students. For example, even the conference, Simply Unstoppable. So thank you to
Exactly.
Natalia Bartush. Yeah, because that is great opportunity to network, great opportunity to share, because sometimes teachers have this burnout, and we need this environment, supportive environment as well.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Definitely.
that's why I think
I see.
it is important.
Okay,
Thank
thank you.
you.
Thank you very much, Leila, for sharing your success stories with us here. Okay, you know that we, as an educators, we know that, or not only for language teachers, for the generally for the teachers, we should have some, the qualities and skills in the lesson or to teach, okay, in the classroom, as you know that. So for you, as an experienced one, what are the most important qualities and skills a teacher should possess, or a language teacher or general teacher should possess?
The role of teacher has changed now, and we are not encyclopedias anymore. Yeah, because they can use this chat GPT and so on. But our role is to develop their soft skills, their critical thinking, and if we are, I'm very much interested in multicultural communication. Why? Because I come from Azerbaijani background. I know Turkish. I can I watch films and songs in Turkish without subtitles. So Azerbaijani and Turkish are quite
Yeah, we are
similar.
similar most of part.
Yeah. And my second foreign language is French, and I have started learning Arabic, but it is
Oh,
still
very
challenging.
nice.
But I would like to continue. And why am I speaking about these, things? Every language is the mirror of the culture. And nowadays we can use these translators. But if you know the cultural aspect, your networking, your communication would be more fruitful, and you will show more respect if you know how these cultures. What these cultures have in what differences and what similarities they do have. That's why for me the first thing is expertise, but together with the psychological part and the cultural aspect, because for example, as I'm working at university, Moscow Aviation University, I'm an associate professor, and we teach English to engineers. And it is like a ESP, but the first semester we usually focus on general English, and we try to make them talk about any topic, so they can take part in small talks,
I see.
just as a human, yeah, to get this network, to
Uh-huh.
understand the material on the internet. But then we focus on their professional English. And this is challenging for me as well. What I want to say that, not only teachers teach, but students teach teachers. And we learn quite a lot from them.
I
And
see. Mhm.
we should be ready to admit that we don't know everything. And sometimes if you don't remember the word, it's okay to say, well, I don't remember it. Let's look it up together. It's okay, because we are all human beings. We are also
Exactly. Hmm.
overwhelmed with this information on social media and so on. That's why I think that these soft skills, this human part, is absolutely important. And the first approach that I always use nowadays is like warming up and then giving feedback. Feedback is something that came to me after this psychological course. Why? Because there are students, or sometimes even teacher, thinks that oh, the lesson was awful. But when we are giving this feedback, we understand that it wasn't so bad, or maybe what was bad and how can we improve. And for students, it is the same. When they just reflect and analyze their work during the lesson, what they loved, what was useful. This is a kind of analysis, even critical analysis, why not? So they compare, and with my Moscow Aviation students, we do projects, and this is the opportunity for them to speak about, for example, the airplane that they are interested in, to speak about the materials, because we study material science, and they do speak about the materials that this airplane is made of. But you know, they get ready with presentations which are awesome. And sometimes I ask, how did you make this presentation? And they share the sources, and that is great, because you know, it is mutual process. So we are not only reading the information, we are also receiving information, and the teacher should be flexible. So empathetic, we should have expertise, and we should be ready to learn new material, so everything. It's lifelong learning. I think that we should be curious. And these are the three main things that any teacher should keep in mind.
I see. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, Leila. So, you know, something related again with the teachers, you know, we all want to be successful in our lessons or in our classrooms, you know, that when we go to the classrooms at the end of the lesson, we want to think that, okay, I was successful in these lessons. I did what I wanted to do in the lessons. Okay, we all want to think like this. When you think about this, the success part, what do you think, you know, that makes a teacher successful in the classroom?
Wow, that's a challenging question.
Yeah.
So, what makes teachers successful in the classroom? You know, when students really understand how to move on, what to do next. Not just, you know, I don't know about Turkey, but if we're speaking about universities in Russia some 10 years ago, maybe even schools, the approach was retranslate. So, but nowadays we have more communicative approach and lexical approach. So, and the main idea is to analyze, to be ready to give your opinion. And I think that I feel successful when students can ask questions, can also provide some feedback. Like sometimes they come to me and say, thank you for the lesson. But, you know, sometimes it sounds like cliche, but sometimes they give some more information. And you understand that, yeah, it is here, and they will continue searching it, investigating it. And that's great, because as I have already told, we are like navigators. So we are showing the way, but it is their task to choose the route. So being successful is to show the way and to understand that the students who you have already worked with understand what to do with the information they have just learned.
I see.
Not just for, okay, I've attended this class, thank you, goodbye, but, you know, use the knowledge.
I see. Thank you. Thank you very much, Leila, for giving the idea about it. All right. You know that as an educators, we all, you know, we all have a lot of things to do. All right. Sometimes even we cannot find, you know, time. Sometimes we think that, oh, time is 24 hours is not enough for us. We need more times to do other things. Okay? When you think about this, especially also, I mean, we in this busy life, we also want to, develop ourselves professionally. But it's not sometimes easy to do it. When you think about this, is it possible to develop professionally when you have a lot of work to do, when you were very busy?
Sure. Sure. I think it is possible, but now I have a student who is a CEO of an AI company, and he told me about Dan Martel. I don't know whether you have heard about him or not. He's the author of book Buy Back Your Time. He's a coach, a speaker. So Dan Martel, just Google it. And he recommended me to watch his videos because it is his role model. And, he speaks about great ideas to use to improve your life, to focus on something that really matters for you. You can't do everything. Sometimes you should delegate. Sometimes you should focus on one thing only during this period of your time. And if we are speaking about teachers, especially teachers who are working at schools or universities, we have quite a lot of stuff to do. But anyway, we should take care of ourselves because we all have a personal life, we have kids, we have us at least, and it's a good idea not to forget about it, or otherwise you will have burnout. And if you are, in this state, you can't be effective. So we can and we should develop. It can be thanks to conferences or mini courses or just, communities like yours, Teacher Talks, when we are sharing. Or, again, Natalia also had Happy Teacher Club every Monday, and our colleagues just gathered and discussed things. And it was really useful because, sometimes we are underestimating what we do. Especially women, sorry, but sometimes we feel underestimated, I think, because, the role of woman has changed, but some things, especially if we are speaking about different cultures, they are still improving. But you should respect yourself. For me, I also have started a course in neuro. It is by Rachel Pauling. Maybe you have heard. It is neuro language coaching, which I really love. It shows the typical mistakes of teachers who do not think about neuro part of learning. Sometimes we do the job instead of our students. We don't have the opportunity, or we just bombard them with the questions. Just be silent, stop, wait for him to, you have asked him, you have given a student a prompt, but wait for him to just develop thought. And it is important to be aware of trends. That's why, it is possible and it is crucial.
I see. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Leila. And I'm gonna ask another question about it, but this is about your experiences again, and about the English skills. What major challenges do students face, right, when they develop their English skills, like speaking or writing, or reading, or these skills, in your experience?
If we speak about teenagers, not even teenagers, some students and adults, I guess it is speaking. And this was one of the reasons why I started speaking clubs for. I have my own channel in Telegram and VK, and now we have a kind of break, but we will continue in October, I think. Speaking for adults is difficult because they usually don't have the environment. They don't have people who they can speak to. They can watch
I
films, they
see.
can watch series, they
Uh-huh.
can, just chat with someone. But speaking is challenging for them. And that's why
Totally,
these
totally.
speaking clubs are important. And the same is for my students. I try to, even in Moscow Aviation Institute, we have conversation clubs where we are trying. So if you want to speak, you should speak. It's like training, like sport. So if you want to to be fit, you should work on it. And this is the same. You can't speak just watching or reading or just listening. It's impossible. So
I see.
that's why just
I,
start. Just
mm-hmm.
start
I got
speaking.
it. Thank you. Thank you very much, Leila. All right. So my next question is related again with the teachers, the problems that they face in Russia, especially. What problems? Of course, these questions I want you to answer it according to your your experience. Think about your experiences. What problems are Russian teachers faced with teaching English to their students? You think about your concept, like you teaching the university students, you can think about them. Or if you want to talk
Yeah.
about the teenagers or young learners, it's up to you.
I will focus on my main job. So now, as I'm a professor at university, I will speak about some issues that we are facing as professors and teachers.
Mm-hmm.
Now we are switching to a different program. I mean, we now are trying to use communicative approach because before, especially if we are speaking about engineers, yeah, it was just reading, translating, learning the vocabulary, the terms. But now we are switching to the idea of communicating. So creating some kind of TED talks, some projects where they can share it. What is difficult? The difficulties are can be divided into two parts. The one is scientific part. If you are working at university, you have to write articles, scientific articles for example, Scopus, WAS, RINS, and so on. And it costs money. It costs quite a lot of money, and we can't be sure that this journal, this scientific journal, will be, valid in some time. And that's why it is a kind of lottery. We spent quite a lot of time on it, but we don't know what is going to happen. So this is one thing that, I'm concerned about. The second thing is about the hours. For example, if we focus on first year students, they have 1 hour of English a week, 1 hour a week. I
One
mean,
up.
1 hour, it means one class, 90 minutes, one class a week. And how should we help them develop speaking having only 1 hour? So it's like mission impossible. That's why some of our teachers just feel burnout. Yeah, they do everything, but students just forget when they come again next week because they also focus on some engineering subjects and so on. And this is challenging. So I think these are the two main problems that we are
I
facing.
see. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, Leila, for mentioning here the problems. Okay. So, you moved from Azerbaijan to Russia from different background. You came there, if I'm not wrong. You're right.
I was born in Moscow. My parents, when
Your parents, okay. But okay,
during
you
the
were born
USSR.
in Moscow, but your parents moved from Azerbaijan to Russia to Moscow. Okay.
Mhm.
And from you came from a different culture, from a different background. You have it just like the other students and the kids maybe you have teach there. So when you think about it, when you have students from different culture and different backgrounds, it's not easy sometimes to teach in the classroom. You need to think about a lot of things. Okay, so when you think about this, what are the difficulties to teach students with different culture and the background for you? You can talk about it again in your concept, the university concept.
Yeah, I have had students from India, from Syria, from
Wow.
yeah, yeah, from Russia, from some post-Soviet republics like Kazakhstan and so on and so forth. For me, it's not challenging. Why? Because as I told you, I love this cultural stuff, and I'm so much interested in it.
Yeah.
And sometimes I give them projects even to talk about how it works in your country, in your region, because it's so always interesting. And I can give them free topic about anything that they are, they are interested in. It can be cooking, it can be fashion, so anything. But anyway, if we speak about students from different cultures, I can say that I haven't had them, but I have read and I have, learned from some of my colleagues that there are students, if we compare from Asian countries like, let it be China, they have different way of, approaching their teachers, and they respect them more, and sometimes they even don't look at them. So, this body language is important. The same may be told about the Arabic, maybe students and so on. So that's why teachers should know about their background, just not to be offensive. Because sometimes we can be offensive because of the ignorance of this cultural stuff. So, and body language is important. So, but
I see.
I'm trying to analyze the psychological part, and sometimes if I'm interested, I can ask. So I try to, create such relationship with students where we can, there is like in Fight Club, what happens during our lessons will be only so during our lessons, and we won't tell anybody about that. So, and sometimes it works. It
Nice
creates, secure system.
system. I see. Thank you. Thank you very much, Leila. All right. You know that we all look for some motivational things in our life to do something. We need to motivate ourselves. This is same for our job, okay? For example, when you go to work, we all have a kind of a motivation to do that job. If our motivation get lost, we don't want to do that job. We want to do different things. When you think about your work, what motivates you at work?
Mm-hmm. So, I am motivated by speaking to people and trying to support them in their way, in their journey of learning.
Uh-huh.
If we are speaking about colleagues, I always love talking and learning from them, because there are some colleagues who are more experienced than me, or even less experienced, but they have, modern approach. And I think communication, the first thing. The second thing is being aware of modern tendencies. So again, it's learning. Yeah, and we all have families, we all have kids, we need money. So
Yeah,
money is also
exactly.
motivating. Come
Their
on, let's be
motivation is the
honest.
money.
We are not going to work for free. So because
Exactly, exactly.
we
You're
need
right.
to pay, we need to pay for our life, for our, not life, but just quite a lot of things.
Expenses, yeah, a lot of expense. I see.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Leila, to talk about the motivation part. All right, you know, uh, in our life, we all have some, we have role models. If you want to do things, or if we all have kind of some inspirational people, or some good examples we take from the life or around of us. Okay, when you think about this, who are your role models, or who inspires you at work or in your life?
That was the most difficult question for me because, on the one hand, I have quite a lot of people who I admire. On the other hand, I understand that I should compare myself with myself in the past. So,
I
and
see.
I should create the version of myself that I'm proud of, that I'm happy with. That's why just, I believe that Allah gives us the strength and the knowledge for a reason. And
Exactly.
if we do have these opportunities, we should use them, but we shouldn't forget about giving back. I have been a volunteer for a charity foundation, Happy, and they also collaborate with some Turkish charities. Even when I was on maternity leave, I tried from time to time to send some money. Why? Because every day we are blessed that we can talk, we can walk, and we should be grateful for everything. And that's why, if you are grateful, so I think that you should just admire, the one above, yeah. And
I see.
as for the people, yeah, there are a lot of people who are better than you, and you can learn. You should learn something from
Uh-huh.
them.
I see. Thank you very much, Leila. Okay, Leila, time flies and we do not know what's gonna happen in the future. We just guess. So when you think about yourself, especially maybe after 10 or 15 years later, all right? So how do you see yourself? Will you still be a teacher, or will you try another job or jobs,
Wow.
or will
Yeah,
you retire?
time flies. Yeah, in 10 years' time, I will be 45. So I hope. And that's why as for me, now I'm focusing on creating my own personal brand, my own projects. As I told you, are kind of speaking clubs, and my channel, which is called Daily Layli. So it is about diversity, equity, and inclusion. So I would like to create a community where people get this support for learning. As for the job, I love our job and I would like to continue being a teacher, but maybe I also want to start being a coach, a language coach. Why? Because when you are a language coach, it is teaching and psychology together. And this is the two things that I really love. And I want to do what I love so that I help not only myself, but my kids. I have 2 kids, and I want to not to be their role model, but to show them that we are here to be happy. But being happy doesn't mean that you have all pleasures of your life. Being happy means that you just value what you have, and you are grateful. That's why I think coaching, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you very much, Leila.
Thank
And
you.
I was just forget to ask you about it. You just mentioned it. You have working on, I mean, like you have your channel. I think YouTube. Do you have a YouTube channel or Telegram or something like that? You
Um,
have it. Uh,
Telegram. Yeah.
yeah, Telegram. You have it. Can you just tell us about it a little bit? So how can people join it? Where can find it? So what's the purpose of it?
Well, in Telegram, the channel is called Daily Layli. It is DEI Layli. Why is it called like that? Because I like the idea of diversity, equity, and inclusion. And Layli is just the derivative of my name, Layli and Majnun. So, and I decided that it's a kind of brand. We can use it. I use this channel to just to share some ideas about language learning and to compare teaching, being a teacher and being a language coach. And then in October, I think, I also restart speaking clubs for students and adults, because
Right.
sometimes we do have knowledge, but we don't have the opportunity to talk to people. So, and everybody is welcome there. I will have a YouTube channel. I have created it, but I want to, to have some podcasts about difficulties that people, psychological, challenges that we have when we are studying a language.
Oh,
And
I
it
see.
is a long process. And that's why students just burn out and give up, but we should move on how to do it. So,
I
but
see.
Telegram and VK Vkontakte, it is
VK
all about
contact.
teaching clubs. I will share the links in your
Of course.
Instagram, I think, in
Sure, I
comments.
will. If you can just text me or DM me, I can share it on my
Thank
page
you.
so people
Thank you
can
very
join
much.
it. Thank you very much,
I
Leila. Thank you.
appreciate it. It's very important for me because I'm making my first steps in this direction.
Wonderful, wonderful. I hope it will be you will have a lot of educators or students in your
Sure.
channel. Okay,
Thank you.
so you know that sometimes we face, in our life, we face difficult situations, okay, challenging situations that we cannot cope with it or deal with it. And when we face that times and we think on our own, oh, I wish I could have a kind of a superpower so I could easily handle it, okay? We just think about it. And when you think about this superpower part in your lessons, all right, if you could have one superpower to use it in the classroom, what would it be and how would it help you?
Oh, well, as all mothers, parents, I'm also multitasking. And I have some difficulties with time management. So
Ah,
that's why I would like to have this superpower of just managing my time in the most effective way during the class as well. I'm trying to do it, but sometimes, my plan doesn't work. And and that's why we need to go to plan B. But anyway, time is great value, and I would like to use it in the most effective way. So I would
I
like to
see.
have this superpower.
Uh-huh. I got it. Thank you. Thank you very much, Leila. You know that think that Leila, we finish our interview and you go outside your home and find a lottery ticket that ends up winning $100 million, which is a
Wow.
lot of money. I know that. What would you do? Be honest, okay? Don't tell us the
Yeah,
kind,
just a
the
second.
story.
Yeah. Did you say that you know what it is? $100 million.
Million
Wow,
dollars.
that's great.
Yeah, there's a
So,
great amount of money.
Uh, being honest, I would like to buy, yeah, of course, to buy something for my family. I mean, maybe property, but I will also spend it on charity as well. As I mentioned, it is important for me, and
I
even
see.
if it isn't, it is also important in Islam. So for
Exactly.
that's why we must do it. So that's why, yeah, I think that if I find it, it is not only for me, it is for everybody. So, but of course, we should first take care of our family. So
I
buying
see.
something. Maybe
I
buying
got it.
a property for a school. Why not?
Wow, maybe you
Create
can
my
open,
own school.
you can start your own school, maybe.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not? But of course, first we should get the money, $100 million. I got it. Thank you very
It's
much,
a good
Leila. All
one.
right, and now, as you know that, now I'm gonna ask you my last question. Ready for it?
Yeah, I know
The
it.
most difficult
Anticipating.
one. Yeah, exactly. What is your motto?
Keep going. Never give up. Believe in yourself.
Okay, great. Can you repeat it again?
Keep going. Never give up and believe in yourself.
All right, wonderful. Thank you very much, Leila. That's we
Thank
finished our
you. Thank
the
you for this
session with a great
opportunity.
motto. You know that I ask all my questions to you before ending our live sessions. Would you like to add anything else, or would you like to give any suggestions or advice to the audiences?
Yeah, sure. I would like to give feedback. You know that I love
Sure,
feedbacks. So
of
thank you
course.
very much for this opportunity because I think that you are doing great job and it is important to give people chance to speak and to listen and that's why thank you. Just teşekkürler. If we are
You're welcome.
speaking,
Rica ederim.
if we are speaking about teachers, you are doing great job, and you shouldn't give up. We all have problems. We all have difficulties. We all have challenges with our family, with our fiancés, with our children, parents. Doesn't matter. But if you really love what you do, just keep going. It will come. For students and learners, it is, yes, it hurts, but we have also had this experience and we are also human beings. And again, as I have already told, every difficulty, every crisis leads to a next level, more advanced level. So if you feel this, then believe that it is a kind of transformation. You are going to improve, so
I
just
see.
keep going. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for people who are commenting, who has joined, and that's great. So thank you for people who will watch in the recording. So
Exactly.
just grateful to you, to Natalia, because she told me about this community. And I wish all of you good health. So be healthy, wealthy, and happy.
Great wishes. Thank you very much, Leila. Okay, and before ending again, I just want to say thank you very much for your suggestions, for your ideas, and especially for your time. You spend your time, precious time, with you here. Okay, thank you very much, Leila. And Goyushova Leyla Mazakhirovna. I hope I pronounced correctly.
Goyushova
And
Leyla
was
Mazakhirovna.
exactly was with us tonight with Teacher Talks, and we had a fruitful session with her. And as you know that we are going to be here next week at the same time on the same day every Monday at 9 p.m. Turkish time, of course, Turkish time. And until next time, wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Okay, and until next time again, and stay safe, and bye bye everybody, and take
Thank
care of
you.
yourself, and peace later.
Yeah, take care. Thank you. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye.